He's not taking advantage of me being able to provide slipstream. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. There we go. That's a better one. Flying finish. Definitely not the best of speed traps, but you know, we'll take that. We'll take it and leave it. Move on. There we go. Third attempt after some weird wax around happening. Some scores pretty bad for a speed trap, but yeah, I guess everyone's got some pretty low scores. Even Almuse with a 690. Damn. So this is a rough one, I guess. Alright. Alright, one we should be able to talk a bit better. Alright, should be able to talk a lot more in this one rather than the speed trap, which is just one of those real quick and done ones. Yeah, so I'm doing this all you know, no stream, so it's gonna be a lot quieter of a video than other other summit videos. But at the same, so hopefully that means that I'll be able to concentrate a bit better and do some better times, even though I missed that gate. But you know, at the same time, I'm not doing it on stream because I've only got a single screen right now and it's a laptop, so it's a little difficult to, you know, everything's a bit further away, it's a bit smaller. It's a bit harder to see things, so I might crash more. We'll see. Regardless, only missed one thing there, so I'd say that was a pretty good run. Could have done better nitrous management, but yeah, good first go. Very good first go. Yeah. Big sir. Okay, I don't know if I've done that. Alright, starting off very gently at that start, as you can see, because if you have too much speed, you're gonna whack that wall. We didn't even have a run up or anything. The hypercar had no traffic, like, at all whatsoever. But the more I'm... Alright, so yeah, gentle start to avoid that wall. Too much speed, you're gonna whack it, or you're just gonna lose all that speed anyway. To avoid it. The hypercar run had no traffic at all, but every alpha run I've done so far, just because I keep hitting walls with this thing, does have traffic. This one seems to have less traffic than the other runs, which is good, and especially less like in the way traffic. And I did one run that I've only done one completed run. Without, you know, like retries, and that I hit straight into one of the walls, and I was like, I'll just finish it anyway. It was still just better than the hypercar, so I'd say, you know, if you're willing to give it a few goes, just go alpha. So that was like an extra 200 meters, I think. Everyone else has done better, so maybe this isn't the right path to go. Maybe there's a better route to take, but this one you can still get fairly far in. Yeah, so the gap between myself and the others isn't too significant, but it does give you a good point. I love how when it gave you car selection choice, it was like DeLorean, use the DeLorean. I know why, but I don't have to, so I'm not going to. So I'm using the FD that we got from the other week. Not because it's necessarily good, just because I like FDs and why not. I was originally thinking just use the Miata because Miata, but you know, this is also a pretty cool car. So I'm like, yeah, we'll just use this guy. It's fine. It's not Forza, so you can hit that bus stop and, you know, not lose all your speed. Ooh, holding onto that grip. Yeah, so this feels a lot better than racing in a DeLorean doing this track, to be fair. I don't know, maybe we're able to get 2 speed faster, maybe we're able to hold a higher speed. Maybe it's just the sound of that FD, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully I can buy a used monitor tonight or collect it tomorrow kind of thing. Failing that, I get one shipped to me that could also be used. That's always the spot of, you know, if you're not paying attention to your braking lines, you're probably gonna hit. And we'll just do this one run, and then maybe we'll come back to it at the end, if I feel like I really want to improve on it. Excuse me. But obviously, you know, if you want to see the best runs, use the Gallardo, use the, I think it's the Audi R8, the Porsche 922 is it, or the 911? Not entirely sure on that, which one it is, unless I saw it. Ooh, that's a big slowdown. This is just like a, yeah. Why not? Why not go for a night ride in this guy? He's beautiful. But the styling, the coloring seems to be very different in this race versus the other Miami nights. Like, it's a lot brighter. Like, it's a pink rather than a purple, but maybe that's like monitor differences for me. But also just the sky looks brighter too, so yeah, I don't know. Your results may vary. See in store for details. This is just my experience. Yeah, so it's a pretty average time. Could do a lot better, as we can see by being pretty low on the scoring. Yeah, could do. 911 Speedster, R8, and the Gallardo. Those are the go-tos for sure. Oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna finish on this run, I think, as long as I don't make a stupid mistake. I've already got a solid time that's better than most people's, but I'm just like, I know I'm like really good on this race compared to others because they just don't try. So I kind of just want to get like a proper clean run. It is still really a no risk or low risk thing. It's just there's so many trees to hit on your way. And at the very end, I kind of like to cut that ramp. But then your truck gets thrown off if because you have to approach it like real interestingly to do it good. So yeah, I think this is looking like the best run in terms of cutting down distance anyway. Don't know why I'm getting more aggressive with my runs, as I'm failing just to do a simple one. But yeah, this one you can honestly put in a decent score just by doing it straightforward. No need to think too hard about it. Nitrous management is the main, you know, this will help you the most. Otherwise it's high risk, high reward with, you know, trying to get a small amount of time with a big risk. Because there definitely are ways to do a bit better than what I'm doing. But, you know, you can throw your monster truck off balance, or you have to really adjust to hit a checkpoint. But yeah, in case you guys hadn't noticed, it's called Back to Hollywood. It's all about filters, it seems. Wild Wild West, not so heavily filtered, but Miami Ride, the one we just did, is obviously. And then yeah, like we've got that Electric City one with the usually on a street bike, but now it's like, oh yep, go Alpha GP, you'll have a great time, I'm sure. Lots of speed to carry you through some straights, but then you've also got like a lot of 90-degree corners. And then we'll have to see if the Mustang is crazy filtered or not. Alright, I'm braking here. Yep, there we go, that helped a lot. Braking makes it go real nice down that, but if you accelerate or you have any kind of an angle, your truck gets thrown hard if you avoid that jump. There we go. Proper run. Still, yeah, points. Didn't get too much more. There we go. Only beaten by Al Muse, so he can surpass us, I suppose. I don't think it's my PB in terms of like outside of Summit, but hey, we're above a whole bunch of others, so that's good. They call it the strange case of 1950s, but look what I bring. A Miata. From the early 80s, or late 80s, or early 90s, depending on which one you get. We're gonna show them you don't need big engines nowadays. You can still get a lot out of a small engine. You've got a bit less weight, and you just focus on handling and going crazy around the corners rather than pure straight line speed. Even though we boosted those guys, but you know, apparently in Crew 2 this like 1.8 liter Miata makes over 500 horsepower, so you know. It's not quite stock. Definitely not. Gee, excuse me. Yes, I suppose aside from filters, they're also doing it. Oh, I mean, this is a bit more heavily saturated, isn't it? They're also doing it so that it's, you know, all the ones that has like their own music to it and stuff, and yeah, the unique races, I suppose. I'm actually surprised they didn't do the spooky one, the one where you usually use like a Volkswagen Combi. Surprised that didn't come up as a race of all of the ones to choose from. So yeah, Miata's not necessarily a good straight line high speed car, like in real life. It's pretty decent once you give it some nos on this, but like, I'd say pick a car that has good high speed and then can handle that high speed. Obviously, Gallardo is good at everything. I think there are one or two street racing cars that can outrace it. We're hitting a lot of barriers, which is slowing us down. I think there's a few other cars that can outrace it on high speeds, but you know, the ideal option is if you've got a mate with like similar skill level to you, just slipstream each other. You're gonna do better, even getting like a quarter of the race slipstreamed than you would do a solo run, just because of how crazy the slipstream boost is in Le Crew 2. Here we go. 243, a legendary bundle of stuff acquired. Will it fit in the Miata's boot? I don't know. 120, almost flat. So yeah, fairly low because, yeah, Gallardo and all the meta-y stuff. So it could have been better, but your results will vary. Choose a fast guy, you'll be sweet. They're off to. Sorry, I also look very outplaced here as again. I guess it is new Mustang versus like olds and stuff, right? I'd say this is also a good slipstreaming race. Bye! Bye, checkpoint. Oh, there he is. There he's gone. So you do have the wet, and you're driving a Mustang, so Pro Tune definitely helps. But even if you're not Pro Tuning, just take it a little gently. Not excessively, but just, yeah, a small bit more brake before you get to the corners. That'll help out a lot. Because Mustangs aren't the greatest at cornering. Miatas aren't in this game, but you know, I'd take a Miata over a Mustang if it came to corners. I'd still take a Mustang for this kind of race, just because you'd gain so much speed. Like if we're talking real life, on all these straights. But that's why they have races like Mustangs versus Minis. Oh, sheesh. We got him, but we did break, so it could have been worse. Yeah, because, like, Mustangs versus Minis, like, it's a crazy kind of hectic race. The Mustangs are, like, gaining constantly on every straight because they've got, like, 5-liter V8s. Meanwhile, the Minis are just, like, two-wheeling it on all the corners. They're going crazy. Just going with insane speed, just trying not to lose any momentum or speed. And it's a really neck and neck race because of it. It's so funny to watch. Like, if you don't watch many races, I would recommend that being one of the races to watch. And you've kind of got to think that the guys in the Mini have a lot more risk appetite. Even though, you know, like, the Mustangs are braking as late as possible and they're taking the corners as fast as possible, it really doesn't look that scary compared to the Minis. Like, risking their life on every corner, looking like they're just skating through things, and you're like, damn, this guy does not care about the consequences of this race. He's just like, I will do good. There we go, up to the finish line. Nice and straightforward, one run. No big issues. Probably could have increased a tiny bit, but minor I would say. Could maybe get a sub 250. Yeah, lower down on the leaderboard, so other people have tried more, done other runs, just been better. So definitely slipstreaming being Akatoshi, but yeah. But, you know, because it has a race specific, you're like, well, I gotta use it at some point, right? Excuse me. Circle pit, circle pit, circle pit. Standard, straightforward race with a car you don't really want to use as a rallycross car. But, you know, it's fine. Yep. I screwed up that on the first two tries. So just a little bit of brake makes it a lot easier to take that corner. Obviously, you know, slows you down a little bit, but the best races are the clean races. If you're able to retry, sweet. But, you know, a lot of races, when you're playing with friends, when you're playing on a tournament setting, you can't just be like, oh, yep, retry, it's fine. I made a small error, I must retry now. No, no, no. And Crew 2, great game for that kind of stuff. When you're playing, like, solo, when you're playing summits, but outside of that, you gotta be okay with small mistakes, definitely. So yeah, this guy struggles for traction. He wants to slide out, so don't go into corners too aggressively. You take it a bit safer, it'll definitely, you know, make it easier to control this guy. As I whack into a wall, I was just carrying too much speed over that jump and stuff, so braking before that jump could have negated that. Not even a heavy brake, just like a reasonable tap on the brakes before you hit it would have been fine. But I've made a few pretty decent mistakes on this race, so it's not like the be all and end all of times, but you know, it's reasonable. It's a good overall score, and I'm getting platinum without too much of a struggle nowadays. Like, my last one was just within top 2k, and you need to be top 4k for PC. So yeah, I don't have to fight too much for platinum. It's just like as long as I put in reasonable scores, and you know that was I did update it because I did some pretty horrible runs on my last video. But yeah, you don't need insane perfect runs to get plat, I don't think. Just good enough. Solid runs with just not too many mistakes, everything's fine. And it doesn't matter if you flip your car at the end, because, you know, you're already finished. There we go, actually one of the best ones. So, I would say people just didn't care enough to try again and again. Okay, so, we tried. I thought we did pretty good. We were very, very cautious with our run. We got a 303, and it gave us just 100,000 points. So I'm like, well, let's go into this view. Let's go proper. Our nitrous management probably could have been better. I wasn't sure which straights were long straights and stuff. I was just like, yeah, let's use NOS, let's go for it kind of thing. And then I wouldn't have full NOS and stuff, so we weren't getting crazy alpha speeds or anything because of it. So hopefully this will be a better run. These ramps really confuse me though. I'm like, hey, what? They were here before? Okay. It's fine. Oh, sheesh. It does look, I think, a lot prettier in this view rather than, what you call it, the other view. The third person view. In this race specifically. But I know when I drive the Kawasaki, I know when I'm riding around on the Kawasaki for this course, since it is vehicle forced, like, I'm also using this view. Like, I don't feel like I can drive this race well if I'm not in, you know, hood view, first person, bumper view, one of those. I don't know what it is about that, but yeah. Hopefully this one's a lot better. This is a good straight. Oh, and we whacked into Scott last race too, so let's try avoid that. Although if we are significantly faster, we should avoid him entirely, I'd say. That's my hope. Oh, it's a left here. I thought it was a right. It may. Oh yeah, we got it. It may also be possible to brake less aggressively than this and still kind of like force the car around the corner a bit better. You know, you can see my braking lines aren't great, and I slow the car down to a very slow speed a lot of the times going through these corners. Oh no, that's gonna slow us. Well, at least we don't have to brake too much for this corner. Oh, this bit here. Oh wow, that's a lot lost. This is a decent straight, and then you turn right, and then you've got your last straight. So yeah, this is a save speed, go all out kind of thing. Ugh, it's only a second faster. I'll leave it at that. It's the last race anyway. You know, it's all good. Woo! Oh, that was cool. Good landing. An extra 8k though, so that's okay. That's a good improvement. Yeah, but I mean, you know, look at this. People are going 10 seconds faster. I know the KDM is better. I think it does actually accelerate a lot faster than the X-Pal or the Mark X, so maybe I gotta use that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. A bit different being a non-streaming playing the Summit and just going about it this way. But here we go, ranked 945 at the moment with 1.2 mil. LMU's obviously higher on a lot of the scores, being at 1. Gope, all around pretty damn good. And then, yeah, Drum and drums again. I don't really see Basil's times. Yeah, I'll leave it there. The ones I'll probably improve would be the Alpha. Maybe this guy. Like, obviously this guy and this guy, the two straight races, can be improved using faster cars. The Escape can be improved and gone an extra 10k. The Speedtrap with Slipstream and just maybe a better run, definitely. Aerobatics, tiny bit, so I'm leaving that. Monster Truck, nah, that's fine. And then Mustang, yeah, with some Slipstream. Cool. So yeah, have a good one, whatever you're up to for the rest of the day. Hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching. Bye!